Well, good afternoon and welcome once again to Ed's Orchids. I promised yesterday when I did that one on fertilising that I would give an August update on my plants. So I'll try and do that now and see what we can find. Well, here we have the cattleyas I'm starting to grow. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6 or 7. And they all seem to be doing quite well, and I've had 4 or 5 of them for quite a few months now, and never had any scale on them at all yet, but I keep checking up for it. This one is growing very nicely. This is a Goldiana. It's got nice new growth here, a new growth here, 2 new growths at the back. I'll turn it around. And the big one here. I'm going to knock everything over in a minute. Yeah, there's a nice new growth on the Goldiana, and they're a beautiful flower. Oh, I've just upset one, nearly knocked it out of its pot, but never mind, it'll go back in. What have we here? Oh no, this is a strange one. This is Phlegmopedium grande microchillum. Some they call them Gigantifolium microchillum. And I had real trouble with this. I got it from a friend of mine. And when it started growing, it grew the leaves white. Now, have you ever seen a pure white leaf? And completely devoid of chlorophyll and everything. So I rang him up and he said, oh, he says, get rid of it, throw it away. But I thought, no, I'm not. Because it had started one new growth. That new growth came up and that was also a bit white. And another new growth came up and that was a bit white, but it was getting less and less every time. And we've got to this stage now where it's been grown out. So I don't know what it was, but that's the new growth of the last 18 months. So very pleased with that. At the back there you can see 2 new growths on the on another grande. There's a Lasverinus, Kibaki crossed by Sargentianum. Oh, and we have this Phlegmopedium Andean Fire coming into bloom again. You can see where the spike's coming from. Took many cuttings from this, and it's still growing nicely. Cross between Bessie and Linleyanum. Here's a Phlegmopedium Kibaki. Some beautiful new growth on that one. You see those 3 coming up there. 1, 2, 3, and another nice one at the back. Don't know how long that'll be before it flowers, but I should get something in the next couple of years. And this is another one that's coming in spike, thankfully. It's the Robert Young Queenie, which is a Kibaki crossed by Bessie, which gives Fritz Schomburg, and then cross back to Bessie. And doing very nicely. Looks like it's going to put out. Looks like it's going to put out 3 new flowers here, 3 new blooms. And there'd be a beautiful red colour from the Bessie. So I'm looking forward to that one. Then we have sort of an ugly little path here, which I found at the back of the greenhouse. The leaf been cut off there, or dropped off there somewhere. And I don't know what it is. It's got a label in that said it was repotted January 2018, but the name's rubbed off, so I don't know what it is, but I've just seen it today, and lo and behold, it's coming up in spike. So I'll be able to tell what it is, and it flowers in about two months' time, probably, if I'm lucky. So I'll get a name to that shortly. And then we have this Phlegmopedium Garen Weaver, a nice plant. I've took loads and loads of divisions off this, and this just coming into spike for the first time in a long time, and doing very nicely. It's got one bud there, as you can see, and some more buds coming there on the top, so it looks like it's going to have 3 blooms on one spike there, so that'll be very nice. A beautiful thing. Puchera crossed by Wallacei. Here's another path I've lost the label for, and I don't know what it is. I think it came to me as what was it? Prince Edward of York cross Glaucophyllum, but I doubt whether it's that one. The leaves are short and chunky and hard as iron virtually, but there's another one we'll be able to tell. It looks like it's got three blooms on it, so we'll be finding out what that is shortly. Not a bad update this, really, is it? This is the Ainsworthy eye. This is, I think, it's a pretty little flower. It's a shame it's on such a long stem. This is Richter eye. I wish it grew a lot smaller than this one, then it would be manageable. But it keeps growing one bloom, then that drops off, and another bloom happens, and that drops off, so it's sort of a perpetual bloomer. And this is one of my 3 mounted plants that I have, and it's just a small Bedlam parrisha, and I think I mentioned it before that I nearly threw it away, but now there's that new leaf growing nicely since I mounted it, so it gets watered every day, and it's not doing too badly at all. This is another Bedlam parrisha that I mounted that wasn't growing at all. So I've mounted it on this quite large piece of cork bark, and you just notice you can just see a new leaf coming up right in the middle there. So I'm quite happy with that one. I hope my new feeding regime over the winter months will prove positive, and these will look much better. And this is my last mounted one. It's angus stylist across articulata, and growing very nicely. Got some blooming good root growth on it, but right at the top I've stuck I think it's Cattleya lamellata or something, and since I've put that up there, that's started growing some nice new roots. So I'll just keep an eye on that, and keep watering every day and give it a bit more nitrogen, and it should develop quite nicely. And last for this video, I'll show you this one, which is a small Rothschildianum. If you remember, I split it maybe last year or 18 months ago and made 3 plants out of it. Well, I gave that one away to one of the members of YouTube, and he lost it. And while I was at Malvern, I met, I forgot his first name, began with a D. His name's Buckley, anyhow, and he's from the Central Orchid Society. And I promised him this one. I emailed him and said he hadn't got a good root system, but now it seems to be developing. If I get hold of it there, and you see, it's lifting the pot up a bit. So, Mr. Buckley, wherever you are, if you see this, I haven't forgotten about you. When I make a promise, I always stick to it. So when this is fully recovered with its roots, I'll be sending it on to you. Well, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this August update. I don't know what the next video will be, but we'll find something. So thanks again to all my subscribers. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the comments, and until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.